You wake up at 3 in the morning with your heart pounding, replaying the same fight you had 6 hours ago. The words echo in your mind like broken glass, cutting deeper each time you remember them. She said things that made no sense, twisted your words until you questioned your own memory, and somehow you ended up apologizing for something you never even did. You lie there in the darkness, wondering how you got here, how the woman you once loved became the source of your deepest confusion and pain. Here's what nobody tells you about toxic relationships. They don't destroy you overnight. They dismantle you piece by piece, so slowly that you don't notice until you're a shell of who you used to be. One day you're confident, decisive, living your own life on your own terms. The next, you're walking on eggshells in your own home, analyzing every word before you speak, apologizing for breathing too loudly. The most dangerous part isn't the obvious abuse that everyone can see. It's the subtle erosion of your reality that happens behind closed doors. It starts with small things. She questions your memory of events. She reframes conversations until you're not sure what was actually said. She makes you feel crazy for having normal emotional responses to her unreasonable behavior. This is an accident. This is psychological warfare disguised as love. I've seen this pattern destroy men who were once leaders in every other area of their lives. Successful businessmen who could negotiate million-dollar deals but couldn't figure out why their girlfriend was angry about the dishes. Athletes who conquered physical challenges but crumbled under emotional manipulation. Engineers who could solve complex problems but couldn't decode the mixed signals coming from the woman sharing their bed. The confusion isn't your fault. You're dealing with someone who operates from a completely different psychological playbook. While you're trying to solve problems logically, she's creating chaos emotionally. While you're seeking resolution, she's maintaining conflict. While you're building something together, she's tearing it down from the inside. But here's where it gets truly insidious. The very qualities that make you a good man become weapons against you. Your loyalty becomes attachment to someone who doesn't deserve it. Your desire to fix things becomes enabling destructive behavior. Your emotional investment becomes a chain that keeps you trapped in cycles of hope and disappointment. You stay because leaving feels impossible, not because you can't physically walk away, but because she's rewired your entire sense of reality. You've been programmed to believe that her happiness is your responsibility, that her problems are your fault, that her emotional state determines your worth as a man. You've forgotten who you were before her chaos became your normal. The biological response to this kind of psychological stress is real and measurable. Your cortisol levels spike constantly. Your sleep patterns fragment. Your decision-making becomes impaired. You're literally living in a state of chronic fight or flight, and your brain adapts by becoming hypervigilant to her moods while losing touch with your own needs and boundaries. What's happening to you has a name, and understanding it is the first step toward breaking free. It is the first step toward breaking free. You know exactly what this feels like because you're living it right now. You recognize the patterns, but you can't seem to break them. Every time you decide to walk away, something pulls you back. Every time you set a boundary, you find yourself crossing it for her. Every time you promise yourself things will be different, you wake up in the same nightmare wearing a different costume. The reason you stay isn't weakness, it's conditioning. You've been systematically trained like a laboratory animal to respond to intermittent reinforcement. She gives you just enough affection, just enough hope, just enough glimpses of the woman you fell in love with to keep you addicted to the possibility that tomorrow might be different. This isn't love. This is psychological conditioning designed to keep you trapped. Think about it like gambling. The casino doesn't pay out every time because that would be predictable and boring. They pay out just enough to keep you pulling the lever, chasing that next win. She operates the same way. Long periods of coldness and criticism, punctuated by brief moments of warmth and connection. Your brain releases dopamine during those rare positive moments, creating an addiction stronger than cocaine. Breaking free starts with recognizing that your suffering isn't weakness. It's evidence of your humanity being weaponized against you. The woman who destroys you today will move on to destroy someone else tomorrow, while you rebuild yourself from the ground up. Your pain has purpose. It's teaching you to value yourself enough to walk away from anyone who treats you like you're disposable. Remember who you were before she rewired your reality and fight like hell to become that man again.